Action! Welcome back.
Ow.
Dang. We've done some adjusting with the audio, so y'all let us know if y'all can hear us better or whatnot. We're still working on everything. We've actually got some new posters coming in.
Ooh, those
Coming
should
in
be
the mail.
arriving today, moo-ha-ha. And
The decal, we're going to be working on that, the logo. So, welcome back to another episode of Don't Tell Mom.
OMG, we're on episode number 2.
The podcast where anything and everything is off limits.
Is it off limits or on limits?
On limits.
I say it's on limits.
Golly, I feel like I can sit back here and if I get too close, it's going to be
It's all loud.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Hey, this is good though. We're figuring this thing out. Neither one of us know anything about audio equipment and sound stuff. I mean, a little bit, I guess, but not like this. Not like that thing up there, this big mixer thing we got in the background.
That's insane. Today was a big day. Uh-oh, hang on. Sorry.
Today was a big day.
Because we just released our first episode that went out on Don't Tell Mom. The link is in the description below, and still trying to figure out YouTube because I realized with a new YouTube channel you can't upload a long video. So I've got to figure that out still after we get done vlogging is what I was about to say, recording this. But hopefully that'll all be said and done. But go download this if you're listening to it, you download it.
Right? You already know, Cullen. You're talking to people that are in the loop already. Let's move on.
Yes.
Hey, how about this? Go tell your friends. Tell your mama and your brother and your friends.
Yeah, just because it's called Don't Tell Mom doesn't mean you can't tell her about the podcast.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
It's so funny, y'all. Speaking of the name, Don't Tell Mom, I was on the phone with the sign lady a little while ago, and she's talking about, I said, we're doing a podcast, we need the sign made, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, oh, so what's it called? I said, it's Don't Tell Mom. She said, well, fancy that. I've got an 11-year-old right now who is not telling me something, and she don't think I know about it. And she's in the middle of Don't Tell Momming right now. And I thought that was too cute because, it's like we said last time, it's very relatable. And that's kind of
like a verb, don't tell momming. She's don't tell momming something right now.
Don't tell momming it up right now. Yeah, buddy. Good deal. So, okay, for those that are just listening and not watching, let me just break down the setup for you again today, okay? It looks exactly like it did last time.
There we go.
Cullen's got his professional, camera, laptop, all of this, and I've got actually more candy this time in front of me than last time. And Cullen, excuse me, but why is it? And I mean, I am really butthurt at the fact that you've never told me about how good Mike and Ike sour candies are.
Yeah. Well, we're taking a critique from last vlog or last podcast. I've got to get used to that, and we're not going to be chewing anything up close. I got a lot of comments about how that was annoying, but there is this new trend. It's old, but it's new to me, called mukbang.
Where you where you watch people eat.
Yes, we should do mukbang podcasts.
No, Cullen, I'm not doing that. I don't want it. No. I don't want no part of that. What I did get though for your listening pleasure is this hilarious little thing I just saw at 5 and Below. Who loves 5 and Below? It's like the best store ever. Church.
I've never been in there.
What?
Preach.
Don't go unless you have $1 million and you're ready to buy everything, because everything in there is awesome.
Is it $5 and below?
Everything's $5 and below. You know what I was thinking about doing is going out with a store called 10 Below. Booyah! In your face.
I'm gonna come out with one called 22 Always.
Always 22 instead of Forever 21. It's like a slap in the face. You know what? Forever, doing something like that, or the 5 and Below came out after, of course, the dollar store. It always makes me think of on The Price is Right when you put in your bid $472, and then the guy next to you go $473, and you're like, oh,
$1.
Yeah, or $1. Yeah, he's always one upping you. But
golly, what is with the Dollar Tree though? There's stuff in there that's more than $1. Or the 99-cent store.
Is there?
Yeah, and then you go in there and it's $2.99 for a pair of socks. I'm like, I thought this was a 99-cent store.
What? I've never had that problem. You're shopping in the wrong place. He probably has been to 5 and Below. He just he had no idea. He thought it was the dollar store. But at the 5 and Below, I got this awesome little contraption because we haven't figured out how to do it on our audio yet, and I just wanted to have these things like this one. For every time I do something awesome, I got this little machine. It's that's for anytime Cullen says anything.
I figured something out the other day where I can get like a keyboard on my screen, but I don't know how to work it.
Well, then let's not do that. Okay? Oh yeah, you're gonna be listening to some. Yeah, we're gonna have to play a few of these sound effects. And right before we started, Cullen went to adjust the camera for the vlogging portion of this podcast, and when he came back,
there it is.
I tried to set the whoopee cushion underneath them that I got today from Five and Below, and it didn't work.
I was speaking of one and up something. Look at this. It's not called the whoopee cushion. It's called the poopy cushion.
The poopy cushion.
Wow, they're coming out with everything.
It's like you poop yourself.
I can tell you, growing up though, like remember how many times we used to have the traditional, like it had the white powder coming out of here, and you had to like blow it up. Now they've made them to where they've got like a piece of foam in there. Like this isn't legit. Like,
that's not the old
You need like the
kind.
legit one, like the
real deal flappy lip. This one actually does sound like you shard on yourself.
Showered on yourself?
Have you ever sharted on yourself?
Oh, sharted.
Yeah, I want to tell a story about Granberry
gosh.
sharding on herself, but she might get real mad at me.
Yeah, maybe we can get her to tell that when she's on.
I'll tell it. Just don't tell her. Don't tell her I told it.
Well, you've already told a little too much.
She was wearing white pants. It was bad.
Oh, gosh.
It was real bad. We'll get back to that. But anyway, so for today, we're actually going to talk about this last time because it's hilarious. It was one of the very funny, very don't tell mom stories of Cullen's childhood. And
this is like a late childhood. This is like back in high school, actually.
Yeah.
And this is probably where my whole love for videography and cameras and doing stuff for the camera.
You're a dadgum hoodlum, is what you
all
were.
came out.
You and all your friends. Y'all were all up to no good.
So, we tried to do this. Well, okay, let me just back up.
Let's give them up.
Don't do this. Don't try this at home, kids.
No.
It's a probably worse offense than it was back in my day. But it was a Class C. It ended up being a Class C felony. But let me just back up a year before.
Yeah,
a year prior to my my junior year, it was my sophomore year. It was just like a random bet. I was like that kid that would be like, if I got 3 dares, I was gonna do it. Like if it was, not gonna kill me, basically.
Yeah.
But I think sophomore year, it was just like off the, one of those things. Like
no, it was your junior year because I remember you were pissed because senior year you couldn't be there for like homecoming game or something and it was your senior year because y'all did this on the last day of your junior year.
Right. But back up to my sophomore year, the reason we got the idea to do it on the junior year was because we did it on this sophomore year but didn't film it. So we got away with it.
Yeah,
So
well, that's silly.
It was just, so basically I pulled the fire alarm on the last day of school of my sophomore year and never heard a word about it. So then it was like one of those, well, how can we make this even better? What are we going to do for our last day of the year prank or whatever on our junior year? And we talked about like getting a go-kart and water guns and like, schools out for having that jamming and like have the doors propped open on either end of the hallways and have my buddy named Kyle in a truck with a ramp to load the go-kart up.
This is real life, folks. This actually happened. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not making this up.
This part didn't happen. This was just a theory as far as like what we wanted to do our senior year if we had gotten away with the fire alarm prank on our junior year.
Oh.
So, come junior year, it's like we gotta record this, and since they're probably gonna expect it again because it happened last year, we're gonna wear masks this time so we don't get caught. But we actually have the footage here of everything. We ended up getting busted. My mom, when you get that call from your mom, like. And she's in the education system, and so it was like one of those.
Mom gets scary too. She's like, son, and her teeth stay together when she's talking to you, and she's
where
like,
the hell are you right now?
You better get your ass to my school right now, son. I mean, it was hilarious.
It reminds me of that Sinbad skit where he's like, "What did you say?" And it's like your mom's arm turns into like Stretch Armstrong. It doesn't matter how long or how far away you are from the room. If you talk back to her, it's just going to be like a ass whipping.
Yeah, you're in big trouble.
You're in big trouble. But so Yeah, we ended up filming this, and let's just kind of roll with some of the footage.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this. I haven't seen this in forever.
We even.
So wait. So these morons made a video of them doing this illegal activity on the school premises, right? And then they're wearing masks, and they pull the fire alarm. They run out, right? The next thing you know, I'm in the car with you. I know that when we're leaving the school because you're my ride. So we're leaving the school, and as we're leaving the school, going down that little boulevard or whatever, here comes the fire truck passing us.
Yeah.
And it was sirens. It was, oh, God, we're in big trouble now. You know what I mean? This is what it sounded like. We're like, oh, my God, they're really coming. The fire department's on the way.
Well, we had to go back
God.
and get you, I think, because me and the guys all jumped in the getaway car. We had a getaway car waiting on us outside the door because we'd planned to do this with the golf cart or the go-kart the following year. So we were seeing how good the getaway car was going to be. So
right, the silver bullet, if I recall.
We just happened to get lucky to get all this, but we got sent to alternative school. Long story short, real quick, before we roll some of this footage and kind of review it and talk about it, and we still snuck the camera into alternative school.
Yeah, so they get sent. Our alternative school at our high school was called the Crossroads. That's what it was called. It was called Crossroads. So if you got in trouble, you were going to Crossroads, and you had to wear uniforms, and you were sitting in a cubicle, and you were in big trouble all the time.
I mean, there's kids in there that were like in there for
real bad
offenses, like punching teachers,
right, setting fire to their mom's house or the school with people inside. And we were just, it's just like terrible stuff. And back then we didn't have any of these Columbine things. It was like you don't pull the fire alarm. I mean, that was like the worst thing that could happen. But my mom was working as a teacher at the school, literally a mile, not a half a mile down the road from the high school where this is happening. And we're supposed to go straight to her. We're supposed to report straight to my mama's teacher, her room, her school room. Every day after school, for those of you who have teacher mothers, then you know all about it. You don't worry about getting sent to the principal's office. You worry about getting sent to mama's room.
Right.
And so, here we go. Let's watch this.
Let's see what happens.
I'm excited to see this. I haven't seen it in a long time.
So we made a video.
Y'all keep in mind this is VHS days.
Oh yeah, the big camcorder too.
Yeah. And who edited it?
Nick ended up.
Kyle.
No, it was Nick and Drew. Nick was the one that ended up putting all this together. We had the little intro clip and everything.
Right. So right now it's basically showing.
And it's the editing in this is like he typed his name in Microsoft Word.
He's a Backstreet Boys playing.
And then he's videoing his computer screen to show his name. And then he pulls up a picture and he's videoing it. So it's hilarious. And then here's me. I'm in my...
the getaway car.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm wearing a wolf mask with long hair and a white t-shirt. And my buddy Kyle, he was wearing some type of mask. I think his was a clown mask. And I was so nervous, so I did a little fake. We have the doors propped open, sitting outside the hallway.
They're just kind of lingering around the fire alarm at this point. It's with masks on, no one can see how suspicious you look. We know what you're doing.
Oh, and Nick's got Mission Impossible playing on his loudspeakers in the car. Oh yeah. It's been pulled. Oh gosh. We took off.
Wait, pause it right there. Hang on, let me just say something. They have this poor kid with the Eminem hair, right? Eminem had just hit the streets then. So he has the Eminem blonde dye, short blonde hair. We have no idea who this guy is. This guy just asked for a ride home from the wrong group of hoodlums. I mean, he had no idea.
I think it's one of Nick and Kyle's friends.
Yeah, but he just asked for a ride home. Next thing you know, he's in the middle of a heist, a bank heist. He's like, wait a second, we're in a getaway car. I need to ride home. My mom's going to kill me.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, roll tape.
Take your mask off.
Take your mask off. Oh my God, we made some very insensitive jokes in our young age. Kyle saying that kicked ass.
Wait.
You can see the silver bullet decal at the top.
Okay, so he's driving this old silver Volvo.
Yeah.
And he literally has a decal that says silver bullet painted across the top of the windshield.
Going 50 miles an hour out of the parking lot of the
They're
school.
screaming, woo!
Drew's asking if something squirted out on me because we were worried about that.
Oh, yeah, like it inked?
Yeah.
This poor kid in the back. Oh God.
Golly, I was so little.
You were so young.
Look at Kyle.
Y'all, okay, so for those listening, you've got to go on the vlog and see. Cullen's going to throw
Yeah, I'm going to insert this up in.
But this is just nuts. These guys are idiots.
Put the camera down, put the camera down.
Okay. All right, baby. Guys, get in your car and drive.
Get in your car and drive. We had parked off the locations because we didn't want to have 4 cars speeding out at 50 miles an hour. We wanted to have just one.
The getaway car.
The getaway car,
That makes
right.
sense, yeah.
I gotta go in. Somebody come with me and talk to my mom about me.
Cullen said somebody go with me and talk to my mom.
I wasn't going to go in there by myself.
And she's going to go, where are your sisters? Why is Kyle with you?
I was trying to get one of my buddies to go in and help buffer the situation because I knew we were going to get busted.
I'm going IHOP.
I'm going to IHOP.
I'm going to, that's when we came back and got you, I think.
Oh, yeah, there's the fire truck.
Golly.
Yo.
It was.
But she knows me, though. I'm one of her students.
Okay, wait, time out.
I'm trying to figure out.
Let's figure out the fact that there was a poor teacher that was unfortunate enough to try to run after these.
Oh, yeah, she knew it was us, too.
Yeah.
And she was one of our.
Like, you're wearing the same thing you just wore in her class an hour ago, but now you have a mask on. Like, she's not an idiot, okay?
And she ended up falling, like, right outside the door, trying to run after us to stop us. Because she was going to, it probably wasn't a smart idea that we ran.
Yeah, they ran. She ran after, and she ended up falling and breaking her leg.
Something like that. I don't know if she broke her leg or broke her arm. She broke something, I think, or hurt something. It was one of those, like, the ambulance had to come on top of the fire department that wasn't supposed to be there anyway. And so we felt even more bad. Like, we had to go to a court. Like, it was, our parents were so embarrassed and
pissed.
It was one of those things.
Pissed.
Luckily, it was before we were 18. So
that was okay. That's all. Let's go and lock that up in the juvenile record.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So then we got 3 months later.
The ladder truck should be coming in a minute.
The ladder truck.
The ladder truck always come. You got it.
3 months later. Crossroads, see you at the crossroads.
That was our whole thing.
I don't want to get. And so now this is all Nick at this point. I'm surprised he's not a YouTuber actually, because he showed his watch, showed what time we had to be there every morning, and literally they put us in cubicles at Crossroads, the alternative school, where we were in front of one another, so we couldn't like look at each other, across the way. And we still found a way to
They still found a way. Are y'all surprised? Of course they found a way.
So Nick would say something or do something, or we'd have like a code sound or something like
call. And that made like y'all both need to pee at the same time.
Yeah, but no, whenever we did, I would turn to my left, and there was just enough space down the back wall of the cubicles to where I could look and see everyone. And it's so funny in this one shot here in a minute, you see me, or you see my head turn, and then all of a sudden you hear Drew, like you see Drew, he realized, oh, that was the signal. And his head just pops out like, peekaboo.
I mean,
Let's see.
The best part I think about this is the fact that they put Cullen in the cubicle with the fire alarm.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one that pulled it.
There's Nick. You have to be really quiet. They put me right by the fire alarm in the very front of the room. That was Brandon.
Then we got
He was just flicking the camera off, and then here we go. He's gonna try to get us down the cubicle. Here's the boys. He said. Oh yeah, he just whistled.
A little coughing whistle.
Watch Drew. Watch Drew's head right
Y'all
here.
are
Just pop
so
up.
smooth. Oh yeah, there he is.
No, there's me, and then watch Drew just.
Wait, was that?
That's me right by the fire alarm. See my.
Go like.
And there's.
Oh yeah,
Drew just pops up.
Drew is probably the funniest out of all.
You know
your
what's so
friends.
sad is like Drew did nothing but sit in the getaway car the whole time.
Yeah, he didn't pull it.
He didn't do anything, but he was still part of the group, so we all got.
He's very nonchalant though, I guess. Like he's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll go with the flow.
Oh my God! So yeah, we had to go to alternative school for the first 25 days of our senior year. We couldn't go to any football games or any. We couldn't step foot on campus. So that was kind of sad. It was our senior year of high school, like the most fun. I loved high school. I don't know about you, but I loved high school.
You were wilding out though. You were like, you had all the fun. I mean, Cullen was always the prankster playing, and I'm 2 years younger, so I was always Cullen's little sister.
Yeah,
Little Cullen.
Little Cullen.
I was like, no, I ain't that bad. You don't have any preconceived notions about me. The teachers and the principals all thinking I'm going to be as bad as you. No, sir.
Oh, okay. Let me back up though. Prior to that, the principal got hold of the footage.
Yeah, so then they let the principal somehow get the videotape with all the evidence on it.
Well, first they knew that they saw, because they reviewed their surveillance, I think, and they saw that we had a video camera, and then it came out. But they gave it back to us. Like,
I thought that Nick snuck back in the principal's office and stole it out of his desk.
Oh, no.
That was the rumor anyway. That's what we heard, that they stole it back. What?
No.
Like, that was the big thing. Was like the principal got the video and then they stole it back.
No. The two things here. The first thing being that we brought a camera to alternative school is bad enough. Like, if we'd have gotten busted with that, Nick was bringing it in his lunch bag every day, like under his peanut butter and jelly. And then the second thing was, that we were able to get the footage back. So, like, once we got out of alternative school and back to the big school, everybody wanted to see the video because they'd heard there was a video. So we smooth talked the principal at the time, and the principals loved us because we weren't like we said, we weren't bad.
They weren't that bad,
but we just did stupid stuff. But
all for a laugh.
They ended up giving it back to us. And when we got back to, I remember when we got out of alternative school and back to the big school, they had a pep rally that day, and we all wore white T-shirts.
They were nuts. Y'all
had "We're Back" on the front of them.
Cullen, I think you had your face painted and a wig on, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, speaking of, gosh, this guy, if I had a nickel for every time I had to paint him black and orange. I mean, every pep rally, every football game, whatever, Cullen was decked out. He wore a diaper one year to the Vestavia, because the Vestavia, our rival, had called us babies or something, so Cullen wore a diaper, and I had to paint his entire body black.
I forgot about that.
And that's all he's wearing is a diaper, and then the rest of him is painted with black, like shoe polish, I think. And then we had like orange circles. So he was black and orange polka dots, and his whole face is covered in everything. And he's got a clown wig.
Clown wig, yeah. No, the first year, the diaper year. I'll try to throw some pictures up on YouTube if I can find them. I think I've got them. I actually could probably find them on my computer. But the diaper year, it was a jersey. It was a painted on jersey. And I remember that. The rival was saying we were a bunch of babies that year.
So you wore a diaper.
So I wore a diaper. And then the next year, everybody was like, "You gonna wear a diaper again, Cullen? You gotta one up it. How about a Speedo?" And I was a diver growing up. We'll have to talk more about diving.
He's used to the Speedo thing.
And so I had the Hoover Speedo. I was like, sure. So I had breakaway pants, and we made it to the state championship game. And I think on our first touchdown, I got out there.
You broke the pants off.
I got out there in front of everybody, and I just ripped away my pants. And I'd stuffed my Speedo with a sock to make it like really.
He's like winking at the ladies, winking at the children.
Because you could see everybody, like the initial shock, and then there's that like secondary shock of like, whoa, what just happened? Whoa, what is that? And then it was like hilarious once you figured out it was just a big sock.
Yeah. Just a real big sock. That's it.
So that's pretty much. I'm trying to see if there's any more. Like, we just filmed.
I mean, this is the best. Like Nick in this video, y'all. He's like introducing the class, and so basically he's putting on with a Sharpie and notebook paper. He's like writing stuff about each one of the people that are in this class, and if it's correct or not, we don't know. But he's zooming in on the ones he can see. And then Cullen outside. Somehow he got outside with Drew at the same time to go use the bathroom. We're in trailers. The Crossroads is in trailers right now. The
fact that I was able to stand by Drew. Look, he's passing me a note.
He could have just told you.
But there's no talking. Like, if you get caught talking or anything, you stay like an extra 2 days or something.
Yeah, they weren't trying to stick around.
Yeah.
Drew with the best faces.
Oh, and then here I am. God, look at my hair.
Cullen thought he was slick. He had that slick down hairdo. I guess this is after your blonde tip flip.
Yeah. I went through the tip phase. Everybody started getting real lazy towards the end of the days as far as the crossroads goes, and so we were able to get more and more free flowing with the camera. And Nick's sitting here spinning it around.
And the teacher's just helping somebody else, not even paying attention.
Not even looking.
Just 2 feet away from you.
And then he jerks it down here in a minute. Golly, we were so dumb. Kids,
we're so dumb.
Don't do anything like this. Don't pull the fire alarm, and don't take your camera to the alternative school, because
don't even get to the alternative school in the first place.
It's a felony, and you can hurt people. It was a great learning experience for us. It brought our families, my friends' families, together, because they all had to show up to court with us at the same day.
Yeah.
And how embarrassing was that?
Misery loves company.
Gosh, we had the Miranda rights read to us and all that stuff. It was bad.
It was scary.
It was very scary.
I tell you, that is a good representation of Cullen's high school experience, though. This video, because it's full of humor and it's funny, and they're just, him and his friends are just big old goofballs. So it was a cute video. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes. With the sound effects.
Such a good job.
That was one
good
of
job,
those.
Nick.
I think, the first year that we actually did pull the fire alarm and didn't get away with it, I didn't tell Mom.
Literally
I don't think
Mom,
I don't think anybody knew.
So right now this is her hearing it for the first time.
Yeah. I pulled the fire alarm my sophomore and junior year.
Mom texted us earlier. She texted me earlier and said, "Well, how do I listen to the podcast?" I said, "You're not supposed to." What are you talking about? We're not sending you the link.
Right? No.
She said, "Well, how am I supposed to find out about everything y'all did?"
Hang on, let me go change the SD card out.
Yep, see, we're this is what happens when you're vlogging and podding at the same time.
Vlogging and podding.
I'll tell you, Cullen, that was a fun little experience for you to go and pull the fire alarm and actually have it on tape and be able to look back at it now and see your shenanigans.
Is amazing.
Yeah, the fact that you have it on tape and the VHS tape, to boot.
That's a whole other story, because it got lost for the longest time.
Yeah, it was like how the big VHSs, and then they brought out the little camcorders that had the little bitty tapes. That's what we're using. That's what he was using when this all happened. So that was high school. So that's telling you how old we feel right now.
Yes. There was actually another. I don't know if y'all can still hear me. There was another video where me and Nick and the other two guys, Kyle and Drew, literally pulled together a whole WWE wrestling match one night where we were powerbombing each other and had our entrances and everything, that I ended up erasing somehow because I didn't know what I was doing with the camera.
Oh no!
They were so mad at me.
Oh, I'm sure. If they had video of you of y'all wrestling, WWE, that was the big thing back then. The wrestling.
Oh yeah, and it was one of those we stayed up all night coming up with our own intros. We had our own music. We got strobe lights out. We had our wigs on, and then we had a mattress underneath us so Nick could power bomb Drew. And he'd just go out of frame and all that kind of stuff. But
dang, and you deleted it.
The next morning, I went to go try to show it to my mom, I think, and ended up deleting the footage before they even woke up. And so then I had to wait and tell them, because they wanted to show everybody the next day, because it was legit. It was nice.
Y'all planned this one out. You got ready.
Yeah.
Well, you can't win them all, man. I know when we were kids, we had a VHS. You remember that VHS we had when we were kids? It was of us when we were kids. And this isn't the little VHS. This is the big camcorder on a tripod. It's a huge, y'all know what I'm talking about.
A cinder block?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. The huge cinder block video camera. And Dad had set it up for us for Christmas one year. And we had video of us opening our Christmas present. I think it's the only video I knew that we had of us when we were kids. Which is another reason the vlogging is very cool. Your kids are going to be able to go back and look at it. But I wish that we had those videos. And I don't know what we did with it. Did we erase it or whatever? It was I remember Pepper Dog was there. Bingo was there, our other dog. And then
Jim Cat.
We were in the full, all the way to your ankles, all the way to your wrist, nightgown. Well, Cullen wasn't.
I might have been.
Yeah, he might have been. I don't know. But it's just me and Cullen. You could tell we were the personality in the family because it was just it's the video camera pointed at the Christmas tree, and then you see every 2 seconds our head pop into the frame, and then boom, like it would shake underneath it from where we were just literally jumping up and down like little jumping beans, like trying to get on film, like look at me, you know.
Like just the time lapse stuff, and that was before time lapses were like even around, I guess. And I was like, well, this is boring. Let's go get up in front of that thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is Dad doing? Trying to record us from all the way over there.
Yeah, right. Let's bring this sucker over here. And then you hear my mom screaming in the background, Britany, Cullen, if I have to tell you one more time, you know. And then I think I remember seeing it because we were older when we saw that video, you know. Mm-hmm. And I had a bubble. Y'all ever had those lawnmower bubble makers?
We've actually got one upstairs still that we haven't opened up for Brooks. We've been waiting for the perfect rainy day.
Yes. Well, we had one of those for Christmas. I'd gotten one, and I am literally running our dog over, trying to run my dog over with my little mower, you know, my little bubble mower with the little bubbles inside and all that stuff. So I remember that, and then next thing you know, then Mom's screaming at us the whole time, and then you're picking your nose in the back. Annie's doing like something weird, and then and then I'm jumping up and down, and I see Dad's hand come in the frame of the video, grab me by the back of my nightgown. That's what it was, a nightgown. Grab me by the back of my nightgown, rip me out of the frame, and you don't see me anymore, but you hear and I'm just crying. Dad is whooping my ass.
Yes.
If your mother told you one more time, you know.
Yes, we come from the background of you got a belt whipping or a hand whipping, you know?
Yeah.
It was like right after paddles were out of style, I think.
Yeah, right. Or if you were in the kitchen, you got hit with the wooden spoon.
Yeah, or the yardstick or something like that.
Yeah.
But now it's 2018.
We don't do that
We're
anymore.
working more on timeouts and like respecting and, you know.
Shit, y'all are.
Yeah.
Let me have a baby and then act out in Walmart. I'm going to act out in Walmart too, I'll tell you.
Exactly.
No, I don't know. We can't talk about these days, but I'll talk about it. I don't care, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I turned out all right, I guess. Well,
I guess.
well, I mean, maybe the weapons didn't work.
Yeah, if y'all are watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below and let us know what kind of trouble you got in high school, if you're getting in trouble currently in high school, and
if you're currently getting in trouble, yes, please call in.
And do you think spankings are a thing?
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you think about spankings? Do you think that
it's controversial?
Did you do something to deserve a spanking now that you're older and you look back where you're like, yeah, I deserve that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have beat me harder than that, for real.
Yeah.
Or
you hurt my hand. Well, move your damn hand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you think you would have turned out better if you hadn't got spanked, or do you think you'd just be hell on wheels right now?
Yeah, that's true. There's no telling, because it makes you respect and think about things.
Right?
You fear the hand in the belt. Then.
Fear the hand in the belt. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just where we came from.
Dad used to say, "I brought you into this world. I will take you out." Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If y'all are new to our podcast, be sure to subscribe on iTunes or anywhere that you can find it. It's like on 8 different places right now.
Yeah.
Still working on Spotify and that kind of thing, but
yep, we're working this thing out. We're ironing out the wrinkles here. We got the our banner coming, our logo, our signs, all of the rest of our set getting it together. Can't wait to kind of like unveil our whole finished sets, plural, I guess. But,
excuse me.
Ew, nasty.
Right.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, Cullen. Thank you for sharing your video with us from your high school shenanigans.
Don't tell your mom if you do it, because it's not a good thing. And y'all stay tuned for next week, because we're gonna be back with some more fun stories. And I really want to shoot out an email, send out an email, or give y'all an email address to start like sending in your stories that we can read.
Yes,
I think that would be freaking awesome.
Don't we have one? Can we?
Yeah. If y'all want to do that now, or yeah. So possibly next week or the following week after that, in 1 or 2 weeks, we'll get to these emails. But y'all send in your stories of your favorite Don't Tell Mom sagas to
I cannot wait to hear from y'all.
The Don't Tell Mom podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah. Is it the
Don't Tell Mom podcast?
The Don't Tell Mom podcast at gmail.com. I'm sending mine in. Thanks y'all so much for listening in, and make sure to check out the vlog on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in 1 week. Peace.